I mean, in all fairness to them, they need us to survive. Without us, there's no way they can survive.
Donald Trump's 50% levy on a wide array of Canadian goods.
Trump just threatened a 50% tariff on about $20 billion of Canadian goods. The premiers say they are united, and in one sense they are. But watch closely, and the real fight is between them, over the one weapon Canada is most afraid to use. So here is the question. Should Canada put its oil and potash on the table? Tell us now.
On Monday, the White House announced plans to slap a 50% tariff on some $28 billion in Canadian exports, from hockey sticks to alcohol. They say it's in response to Canada's unfair trading practices.
That is the threat. Now watch the room.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford wants a different approach for Canada to hit back dollar for dollar.
We have to go forward, take the offense. We are an energy powerhouse, and we could dismantle the U.S. if we wanted to, if we all work together.
Even floating leveraging Canada's potash and oil exports to hit the U.S. economy hard. An idea quickly shut down by Alberta and Saskatchewan's premiers.
Well, that's not going to happen. I think that what will happen is that we're going to have a pretty intense period over the next 29 days.
You would be putting miners, uranium miners, oil workers, and agricultural workers out of work immediately. That's not the goal here.
And it's notable that oil and potash were not targets in this latest tariff threat.
So the split is not really about being tough. It is about which weapon and who pays for it.
Cleaning up your own mess. Where there's disagreement is how necessarily to apply the leverage. Doug Ford was very clear. Use your oil, use your potash. Well, that's Alberta and Saskatchewan's economic foundations, and the premiers there have made clear that's not an option for them. So there's an agreement to stand together, to stay united, to try to get a deal. Use what leverage you can, but the biggest cards you have in your hand are almost impossible to play because of the economic and political vulnerabilities in key regions.
All right, David Cochrane, thank you. David Cochrane in...
I want a trade agreement with the United States of America. They're our largest trading partner, have been for all of our life, yours and I's, and likely will be into the future. At the end of the day, why would you want to fight with your largest trading partner, regardless of what they're saying? We need this trade agreement.
Who our friends are. And we're willing to stand up for those things. There is not a chance in hell that U.S. alcohol is going back on the shelf in British Columbia. And I'm proud of that, and I know the British Columbians support that. And the idea of the president that he can bully us into whatever he wishes is incorrect. We're strong. I think Doug and I are of a similar mind on this issue. The one way to embolden a bully is the world wants it. As British Columbians, what we have has value. We need to be confident in that. And it has value to the Americans. And the list of exemptions that the president has drawn up shows that very clearly. So we have leverage here. We don't need to jump into anything that would be a bad deal for Canadians. And we need to hold out to make sure that we're protecting those sectors like softwood in British Columbia, like auto.
So the disagreement is not about wanting to be tough. Everyone wants a deal. The split is over the biggest weapon, energy. Ontario says use the oil and the potash. But that oil and potash belong to Alberta and Saskatchewan. And they have said clearly no. That is why Canada's strongest card is also its hardest to play. It would hit Canadians first. Strip it down. The premiers are united on the goal. A renewed CUSMA and no bad deal. They are divided on the method. Ford would swing the energy hammer. The West won't hand it over. Eby says hold firm and diversify. So when you hear Team Canada, remember, the team agrees on where to go, not how to get there. Where do you land? Oil on the table or off?